This woman cheated death twice. First, she was burned in the Empire State Building B-25 crash. Then she plummeted down an elevator shaft. Betty Lou Oliver survived a 75-story fall and lived another 54 years. This is her extraordinary story. On July 28, 1945, Oliver arrived at the Empire State Building. It was her last day at work as an elevator operator. Yet the fog outside was about to turn her farewell into a catastrophe. The war in Europe had been over for 2.5 months. A B-25 bomber embarked on a routine mission. It was transporting servicemen from Massachusetts to LaGuardia Airport in NYC. William Smith piloted the aircraft. He had seen some of the war's most dangerous action. But that day, Smith chose to ignore orders. The fog reduced his visibility to zero. Smith contacted the airport, requesting permission to land. He was instructed not to land. Instead of heeding this warning, Smith said,
"Thank you very much."
He then took a wrong turn and flew over Midtown Manhattan. Smith maneuvered among the downtown skyscrapers. Back then, the Empire State Building was the world's tallest. At 9:40 a.m., the B-25 hit it between the 78th and 80th floors. Smith, 2 crewmen, and 11 people in the building were killed. An employee on the 79th floor recalled seeing nothing but flames. A woman on the 56th floor was thrown across the room upon impact. Betty Lou Oliver was just 1 floor away from the collision. She was tossed out of her elevator car. Oliver suffered severe burns. She also broke her pelvis, back, and neck. First aid workers placed Oliver on a stretcher. They put her on an elevator to the ground floor. Tragically, they had no idea that the elevator cables had been damaged. They snapped, and Oliver plummeted down the shaft. She had a 75-story, or roughly 1,000-foot fall ahead of her. The 20-year-old wasn't supposed to survive, but luck was on her side. 1,000 feet of elevator cable broke off and fell to the bottom of the shaft. The cable provided Oliver with a softer landing. The rapid air compression worked like a cushion. Oliver was pulled out from the wreckage and rushed to the hospital. She spent 8 months in recovery. She also made the Guinness Book of World Records. To this day, she holds the record for the longest survived elevator fall. The Empire State Building opened for business after just 2 days. The crash caused $1 million worth of damage. That's about $13 million in today's money. It would have been much worse if not for the firefighters. They extinguished the fire in 40 minutes. It's still the largest fire ever brought under control at this height. 5 months into recovery, Oliver returned to the scene and rode the elevator. The elevator inspector was astonished at her guts. She dropped off the radar after the accident, so it's unknown whether her injuries had any long-term effects. Oliver moved to Fort Smith, Arkansas, to live with her husband. They had 3 children and 7 grandchildren. Betty Lou Oliver died in 1999, aged 74.